Bang. So just to recap what we was talking about, right? We was
Right.
talking about buying property and things you can do to save, like little tips you can do to just save for your future, no matter how much money you make, right? You
Yeah,
feel
and
what I'm
make sure
saying?
you touch on, like, yeah, they tell us we gotta work, but the truth of the matter is these companies, these unions, they're out here, they fucking us. I'm here it is, I'm giving somebody, 20 plus years of my life, and at the end of the day, they fucking me, go try to be savvy and create your own business.
Right.
A business that's not saturated like everybody doing it. Create your own business and make your own money and stop making these other motherfuckers rich.
I feel you
I
on
just
that.
did that for 20 plus years. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
Nah, so right, so boom. So we talking about like, alright, like so one of the things was like I tell them motherfucker all the time, like, yo, you wanna save up for that piece of property, you got your tax returns. Like a lot of things we do is we run out here and we might take the tax returns and we go buy the car or whatever we do, but that's an asset. You feel what I'm saying?
Hmm.
That pretty much, if you look at it as a savings account, which it should be, and you just put it somewhere for 5 years and let it multiply, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah. So
Exactly.
all day. So you had the like, yeah. So like and like I was saying, like you were saying, like the credit part of it, right? So
Right.
based on that, like, first of all, the reason you purchase a property is because that's the biggest um, purchase you most likely to make in your lifetime, and that's
Right.
pretty much the quickest way to 1 million. A couple properties, right? Real talk on
Right. Right. Right.
on
And
paper.
they put you in this 30-year commitment, right? Which we look at it, some may look at it as a bad thing, but it's really a good thing because no one is going to save that kind of money. So if you actually do 30 years or in some property or whatever, when you go to sell your property, it's like a savings. So the money that you put out that you wouldn't save on your own, they forced you to save it,
Right.
you'll have 300,000, 400,000, or whatever the value of the property is
Gotcha.
when you go to sell the property. So
So what's your view on credit? Cause I always looked at it like this. My thing, I come from the street, so I wasn't raised where somebody actually taught me about credit. I learned about credit when I got married and started having kids. But my view always was that you need credit because you can't afford it. You know what I'm saying?
okay,
Which was
okay.
and
Um,
yeah, holla at me. Am I stupid or what? What like?
nah, you don't need credit because you can't afford it. But you're entitled to your opinion on it. Um,
No, I'm just saying
like
that's how I thought. School me on it.
right, and it could be other people. Like, okay, because Zoe talking, it doesn't necessarily mean that Zoe is right. I could be wrong. Somebody else's opinion or views on this could be completely different.
Oh,
I'm just going to give you mine.
good
My
disclaimer.
opinion. My opinion of it is, let's be clear. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. This is a white man's world, and you have to play the white man's game. In order to play a white man game, how the white man play is they like to leave paper trails.
Uh,
See, I view credit as a paper trail.
oh,
Like you can have asshole full of money up under your mattress, but then when you go to this dealership or you go to this mortgage company to try to purchase something, it's like, well, what's your credit look like?
all day.
That's what I mean by this is a white man's game.
Mhm.
See, if you showing movement, where it's going to clock you and see how you move in and making sure you paying shit on time, etc. Never late. You know, they get to see that shit, and that's how your credit moves about, type shit.
I feel you.
So I think that any black man in America, the three things that a person would need is clean driver's license, a clean criminal record, and good credit.
Talk to him.
If you're a black man and you have those three things, I don't want to hear the words "I can't" because of the system or the white man won't let me do such and such. No, you can accomplish things, B.
Talk to him.
If you have those three things.
Talk to him. And tell him why. Tell him why. Why is a driver's license so important to a black man? Especially a black man with no skills.
Well, first and foremost, like a lot of jobs, all right, they look at a person who has driver's license. If you don't have a driver's license, it's identification first and foremost. Everything that they attach to us has a fucking number on it to keep track of us, right? Um, the driver's license, the credit, all of that shit. When you get hired by a company, they get to look at these things or whatever and see if you're a liability or not. Like if you go to a job and you don't have no driver's license, they assume that you got to catch the bus to get here. So they'll probably hire a person, who has a license because they just want to assume that he drives or whatever. He could be on the bus right next to you. But just because he got a driver's license, they assume that he drives and he's going to come to work. You're a liability. You ain't going to come to work.
So basically, he's more reliable
if
than
your
you.
credit is fucked up, they look at it's a possibility. We don't want to hire you because it's a possibility. And they ain't going to tell you this, but it's a possibility we don't want to hire you because you might steal. And there's some type of shit around this motherfucker.
You might steal. Hey.
Right.
Real talk.
Right.
Though, based on your credit score. Like, what type of person you might be. Like, real talk. Go ahead.
Right. Like the police department, the police department, when you go take the police test, they want to, what you call that shit, an affidavit of your credit and shit?
Oh,
right?
Talk to them.
They want this shit, B, and you got to go get your credit history in order to be a cop because they thinking, nah, we don't need no credit cops. Even though half of the motherfuckers is credit any motherfucking way, but they looking at this shit like, nah, you might entertain drug dealers on you a few stacks. The system is all fucked up, man.
I feel you. Just based on that's just a new way to profile us. Like real talk, your credit history. Like it's just a new way to profile. Just like a easy pass is a new way to keep tabs on where you going. You feel me?
I hate that shit. I ain't got it, B. I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna get it. Even though I know they can still go to my phone and check. Right?
They got us.
But I ain't got no easy pass, B. I'll pay the toll.
Real talk.
I'll pay the toll. The motherfuckers, that easy pass, fuck them. I remember when they first came out, I had got from one toll booth to the next toll booth because I had one. Too fast, and that motherfucker sent me a $25 ticket in the mail talking about you got to this toll booth too fast. You speeding. I said, man, get the fuck out. I don't want this shit. Hey, so hold on, MU Jizzle. So right after that, right, the easy pass shit come in the mail. My wife at the time, she was like, nigga, what the fuck you was doing down there extra 117? I said, you know what? This shit gotta go. I ain't fucking with it. This shit gotta go. Got a ticket. Then I got the real police, the white shit. Got her on my back. Fuck that easy thing.
Yeah. Real shit though, for real. Everybody know what you doing, where you at. Only reason I fuck with it is because of the convenience, man. Because I'm like, man, listen, y'all gonna track me down anyway, man. I might as well get through the line first, man. Shit, man. That's it, though. But nah, really, that's that real shit, though. Everything is to track you down and to make sure they know where you at and what you doing, shit.
And how you moving. That's the whole purpose of driver's license and good credit. And all of that shit, baby.
All day, man. It
For real.
It is, man. For real, though. But that shit is crazy, though. But they make it seem like, yo, you can't save no bread. You can't get ahead. But like you can. It's easy. it's easy if you look at it. Like if you play the game the way it's common sense though.
I mean, it is a whole lot of easier ways to save some bread, but unfortunately, we're black and we too busy knocking each other down, opposed to helping one another. When you sit back and you look at the Haitians and you know, I'm not trying to be funny, the Haitians, the Jamaicans, you know, the Indians, you know, what they all do is they're all shack up. And they're all like the Indians, for example. They will purchase a Dunkin' Donuts and they will bring their people from their countries to come work in the Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. And they will all live in the same house. And before you know it, the next person is getting the Dunkin' Donuts. Then they going back and they getting more family members from their house. We as black people, we crabs in the bucket, B. Instead of us doing that, and this is our land, our country.
All day.
You know what I'm saying? These people come from other countries and make moves and do a whole lot better than we do because we don't want to shack up and live together.
All day.
You know, to save bread, help one another out. Let's work for the business.
All day.
Let's everybody work for the fucking business.
Real
Now,
talk.
we ain't doing that.
Nah.
You know, you'll have a motherfucker that'll be stealing money or, nah, this nigga the real owner of that shit, so he making more money while we all ain't making, you know, his kind of money. And it's like, come on, man. Like, eventually we'll get there, B, but as of right now, we ain't there, B.
Right. We own nothing. None of these
Nothing.
none of these platforms we on. Nothing, bro. Like the closest thing to ownership, in my opinion, like as far as like, it's like title. Like what else? What else we own? I don't see. I'm not privy to like you know conscious to like what the black banks is and black owned banks and because
Right.
the most conscious I was it was it was something I kind of knew was like that. Remember, I don't know if you saw it was, but the Killer Mike thing on Netflix, and he tried to live black owned for 3 days,
Right.
and he couldn't do it. You know what I'm
You
saying?
can't do it.
Cause
You can't do
you
it.
don't own nothing. Cause basically, like even to like, to a black owned fried chicken restaurant, they bought the chicken from a white owned farm or whatever the case.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
To
All
to
that.
to a black owned hotel, they lease it from a white owned bank. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, man, what the fuck, B? It's like you can't.
Right.
It ain't no way around it. So you might as well learn the game and play it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? In order to, you know what I'm saying? Because independence, I've been independent my whole life, and that's the hardest road you go. And people don't
Right.
understand, like, independent is, like, to the point, it's not even a thought of me going to a bank. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
It's like, that has to be the last thing because if you really about your culture and moving it forward, right? And as some of these people are so pro-black, pro-African, whatever you want to call it, right? And
Right.
I can't really get with that. With like a lot of these dudes, like they pro-black, but you rocking Nikes, and I got a pair of sneakers I designed, and you won't even hit me back. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Right.
That's just be me though. But that's a whole nother topic though. You feel what I'm saying though?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But that go all the way back to what we was talking about before with the you know, oh you 40, you trying to rap, but if Jay dropped the album right now, you know what I'm saying, and told you to
Right.
cut your hair and wear goatee.
Right. Right. Is that
Hey,
crazy?
you feel what I'm saying?
Like Cool G sweater's been around forever. Big told you motherfuckers to wear Cool G sweater, and everybody ran out and got one. And they ain't give a fuck who made it. Ain't no black motherfucker make. They just Big say go get this. Now everybody got 4 or 5 Cool G sweaters.
and then when you want to go deep into the Coogee, right?
Uh-huh.
Why Bill Cosby had them shits on in the Cosby Show the whole time? You feel? So you feel me? Like, so it's like, yo, really? He drugged 88 women? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I smoked a blunt with damn near every chick I had sex with. So 10 years from now, they might say that was drugging the chick. You know what I'm saying?
Nigga, you better watch it.
Real talk, different times. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
you met every chick that you had sex with at the bar and had a drink with her. 20 years from now, yo, you know what I'm saying? You got to watch it.
He put something in my drink. That's what happened.
We was drinking Hennessy White, like that was illegal.
Well, they don't give a fuck right now because I'm broke. But if a nigga come across a few stacks,
whoa,
then it's like, oh yeah, that nigga put something in.
Little man look just like you too. Little man look just like you too, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Like out there, like I ain't even know. Like,
yo,
you done fucked about 6-7 times. I put something in your drink every time.
Every time, man. Like you ain't know. Like that's crazy, man. That's just, and that's crazy too. But so we had like about 17. I don't want to go over. So yo, this motherfucker right here. This segment was sponsored by Big John's Chicken and Fish Grease. The grease make the you heard? The fish make the grease make the food taste better. You heard? You know what I mean? So we gonna pause for the cause right there. You heard?